In the 18th century, most people in the world, from France to India, from Russia to China, lived in the long shadow of an absolute ruler. Few would ever see their ruler's face or hear their ruler's voice. There were no rights to heckle, no talking back. Then on January the 21st, 1793, there was a decisive break in human history. The guillotine had ended the life of King Louis XVI of France and the age of absolute power. A new way of thinking had bubbled up from Northern Europe. We call it the Enlightenment, an age of reason in which the bright, clear light of science and learning flushed away the shadows of superstition. An age where people stood up straight and called for freedom and equality. For some, the Enlightenment also suggested mankind could simply throw away everything that had gone before and start again. And that would prove to be a tragic mistake. During this time, there were two great nations leading the Enlightenment. Both expected to dominate humanity, and they were bitter enemies. Britain and France. Their influence around the world would be huge. Not always for the good, and certainly not quite what they expected. And so the age of reason, so calm, so cool, would become the hot and bloody age of revolution. In the early 17th century, Italy was a land teeming with new money, thinkers, experimenters, and inventors. The land where the Renaissance had begun. You might have thought that the Enlightenment would shine here first. And indeed, in 1609, a loudmouthed mathematician